All right, without any further ado, let's get things started. 3 5-minute rounds in the 105-pound atom weight division. First to the scale, she is fighting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, representing the vaunted Team Jackson Winklejohn camp. She is undefeated at 3-0, coming off a win at Invicta FC 4 in January over Liz McCarthy. Would you please welcome Jody Esquibel to the stage? Jody Esquibel checks in at 105 pounds even. Her opponent looking to bring the Thunder from down under from St. Ives, New South Wales, Australia, with a record of 3-1, making her Invicta Fighting Championships debut. Please welcome Astro Girl Alex Chambers. Chambers weighs in at 103.8 pounds. It's official. Atom weight action to kick things off. Coming up next, it'll be action in the 115-pound weight class from Tahlequah, Oklahoma, with a record of 2-1, making the move down to straw weight for her Invicta FC debut. Please welcome Kathina Killswitch Catrone. Catrone checks in at 115.8 pounds. You're allowed a pound allowance here in Missouri, so she's official. Her opponent, fighting out of Minneapolis, Minnesota by way of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, training at the academy. She made a successful pro debut with a third-round rear naked choke victory over the previously undefeated Emily Kagan at Invicta FC 4, earning submission of the night honors. Would you please welcome Thug Rose Namajunas. 115.6, the official weight for Thug Rose Namajunas. Next up to the stage, fighting out of Brazil and the Gracie Barra camp, competing outside of her native country for the first time in her MMA career, bringing an unblemished 5-0 record into her Invicta FC debut. Please welcome Jutai Juliana de Lima. Lima comes in at 115.4 pounds. Her opponent, considered Finland's top female fighter. Forget about the Easter Bunny. Here comes the Killer Bunny, Kaya Kakanpa. Unbeaten at 7-0-1. 115.3 is the official weight for the Killer Bunny. Let's hear it for these two 115-pound competitors. Next up, it's action in the bantamweight division. First to the stage, fighting out of Dublin, California, multi-time Muay Thai world champion, undefeated at 1-0 with her lone professional victory by way of knockout. Would you please welcome the Queen of Mean, Miriam Nakamoto. Nakamoto weighs in at 135.8 pounds. Her opponent made her professional debut at Invicta FC 2, stopping kickboxing veteran Susie Montero midway through the third round. She earned arguably her most impressive win to date at Invicta FC 3 when she rallied to defeat Marcia Allen in an action-packed one-round bout, earning submission of the night honors. Would you please welcome the 2-0 Jessamine, the Gun, Duke. 135.6 for Duke. Next to the scale, making her atomweight debut, replacing Nictali Rivera-Kolonic, who pulled out of the fight due to a back injury, and we wish her a speedy recovery. Fighting out of London, England, by way of the Czech Republic, would you please welcome to Invicta Fighting Championships, Simona Sukupova. And Sukupova comes in under the 105-pound weight limit at 104.6. Her opponent, winner of 4 straight fights, all finishes, making her atomweight debut on short notice at Invicta FC 1, submitting Megan Wright in just 36 seconds. In the first bout in Invicta FC history, I might add. She returned to Invicta FC in January, picking up her biggest win to date by stopping Stephanie Frausto early in the third round. Would you please welcome back Sassy Cassie Ruddish. The Des Moines, Iowa fighter weighs in at 104.6. It's official. Next up to the scale, would you please welcome, all the way from Austria, she is one of the top strikers in all of female MMA, winning all 5 of her pro MMA bouts by stoppage, including 4 straight knockouts. She is making her Invicta FC and North American MMA debut. Would you please welcome Yasminka Impressive Tsive, who weighs in at 115 pounds even. And her opponent, fighting out of Brisbane, Queensland, Australia, took a big step up in competition on short notice to face Carla Esparza for the inaugural Invicta FC strawweight title in Invicta FC 4. Even though she lost, her stock has grown, and she is definitely espousing the merits of social media. Would you please welcome back Rowdy Beck Hyatt? A record of 4-2, 3 wins inside the distance, including 2 submissions. She comes in at 115.4 pounds, so it's official. A grudge match in the 115-pound weight class. Shannon Knapp getting a little closer than usual, perhaps. Behave, ladies. Leave it in the cage, as they say. All right, if you're ready, they're ready. Let's hear it for Yasminka Tsive and Rowdy Beck Hyatt. Next up, it'll be action in the featherweight division. Fighting out of, well, right here in Missouri. Would you please welcome 1-1 Molly Estes. Estes comes in at 144.8 pounds, or make that 4 pounds, 144.4, excuse me. Fighting out of Port Moody, British Columbia, Canada. Being a Canadian, I can say that. Representing Gibson's MMA, she debuted for Invicta FC in July, smashing Sweden's Alina Nilsson. Coming off another dominant first-round TKO win over Danielle West at Invicta FC 3 last October. Please give it up for Julia Budd. The Jewel comes in at 145.8 pounds, making that featherweight fight official. Next up, more action in the bantamweight division. Fighting out of Panama City, Florida / Katy, Texas by way of Anchorage, Alaska. Made her bantamweight debut on short notice against Jennifer Scott in March, earning a dominant first-round TKO, making her Invicta FC debut. Would you please welcome the 5-0 with 5 wins by way of knockout, Lauren Tailor. Tailor checks in at 134.9 pounds. Her opponent engaged in a fight of the night, winning bout with Leslie Smith and Invicta FC 1 that ended in a split draw. Coming off a loss to Smith in a much-anticipated rematch at Invicta FC 3, but definitely an example of where you never want to judge a person by their record. One of the more dynamic and always game athletes in women's MMA. Would you please welcome Caitlin Young. Young comes in at 135.6. It's official. Next up, it'll be action in the flyweight division. Representing the legendary Shooter Box Academy in Curitiba, Brazil, making her Invicta and U.S. debut. Would you please welcome the 6'2" Jennifer Maia. Maia weighs in at 124.5 pounds. Her opponent, the first and only Bellator Women's Champion at 115 pounds, now making her Invicta Fighting Championships debut. Please welcome to the stage the Warrior Princess, Zoila Frausto Gurgel. Gurgel weighs in at 125.5 pounds, so this flyweight matchup is official. Next up, it's bantamweight action, representing Avonted Caesar Gracie Academy in Pleasant Hill, California, 5-2-1. A very dynamic Invicta FC veteran. Would you please welcome Leslie the Peacemaker Smith. 134.9 is the official weight for the Peacemaker. Her opponent hails from the capital of the province that gave birth to yours truly, British Columbia. Victoria's own first Strikeforce Women's Bantamweight Champion, making her Invicta FC debut on loan from the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Would you please welcome to Invicta, Sarah Kaufman. 135.5 pounds for Miss Kaufman. More featherweight action. Making her way to the stage. Also from Australia, making her Invicta Fighting Championships debut. She sports a record of 6-2 with half her wins via submission. Please welcome to Invicta FC, Fiona Muxlow. 143.8 is the official weight for Fiona Muxlow. Her opponent, considered one of the most feared strikers in all of women's mixed martial arts, 8 wins via form of knockout, a record of 10-1-0-1, no contest. She was the first and only Strikeforce women's featherweight champion. Making her Invicta Fighting Championships debut, this is Cris Cyborg. 144.8 is the official weight for Cris Cyborg. The first of 2 championship bouts coming your way on Friday night to crown the inaugural Invicta Fighting Championships flyweight title. Little Warrior Barb Honchak from Bettendorf, Iowa, 6-fight win streak, including 2 wins in Invicta FC. Let's hear it for the Little Warrior. 124.6 for Barb Little Warrior Honchak. Her opponent made her flyweight debut against veteran pound-for-pound standout Tara La Rosa at Invicta FC 3, winning via unanimous decision from the MMA University, Sao Paulo, Brazil. Would you please welcome the 15-5 Vanessa Porto. The inaugural Invicta FC flyweight championship bout is official. 124.8 for Vanessa Porto. They will be vying for the championship Friday night in the co-feature of Invicta FC 5. One more time, let them hear your support, please. Vanessa Porto, Barb Little Warrior Honchak. And that brings us to the main event of the evening for the Invicta Fighting Championships atomweight crown, the karate hottie, Michelle Waterson. Sports a record of 10-3 with 2 wins by way of knockout, 6 submissions. $104.7 for the challenger, Michelle Waterson. And now making her way to the stage, the champion. Out of Huntington Beach, California, she earned a shot at the inaugural Invicta FC atomweight title with a 3rd-round TKO victory over Lisa Ellis. At Invicta FC 1, she became the first atomweight champion, submitting previously unbeaten Jules title holder Naho Sugiyama. At Invicta FC 3 in October, please welcome the Invicta FC atomweight champion, Jessica Penne. 104.9 making the main event official. The atomweight title up for grabs when champion Jessica Penne makes her first title defense against karate hottie Michelle Waterson. And we are just a day away from the biggest event in women's MMA history, Invicta FC 5, 2 title fights, 2 former Strikeforce champions, a former Bellator champion, all making their Invicta FC debut. And of course, if you can't be there at the Maristar Casino in Kansas City, we invite you to join us on internet pay-per-view at ustream.tv/InvictaFC. 13 bouts for just $9.95. One more time, let's hear it for Invicta Fighting Championships.